Well, guys, welcome back. This is Fractured Mode. It's mirrored. I had to go through a lot of places getting ceramic coins, except the game is so particular about everything. I did like 3 things slightly wrong, so unless I want to go through a long, tedious process to fix it, I missed out on a good chunk of stuff. So I did as much as I could in this playthrough. I'm going to take a break before I come back to this game. Enjoy some Night Rain stuff like the DLC that's about to come out in a couple of weeks. But yeah, as someone who's left-handed, I'm offended by the design of this because it's not this bad being left-handed. Like, being left-handed sucks in a lot of ways because, like, you know, everything's made for right-handed people. But it's not that bad. It's just inconvenient. This whole thing was hell. I thought about beating the game like that, but I was like, nah, I want to see it the right way. But as you can see, I'm using the Moonlight Greatsword, the From Software weapon. I got 8 of the ceramic coins out of 13. You need 26 to get a key to get the way to the Penetrator's armor. So the next 2 playthroughs, I have to get 9 each. Although if I get 13 on one of those, I'll only have to get 5 the next run. So I'll probably try and do that, because now I know what to expect. I'm going to literally follow a guide to the T next time. But yeah, so that's been a thing going on. I need some motivation, though, because this game, it was great until the final level, and I figured out everything I missed out on because the game crapped itself. So before I get my motivation from my best friend, Thomas, let me just describe it to you. So, you remember Ostrava? Yeah, he was supposed to show up at a point in the final level, but the game just despawned him. I guess that's a random luck thing for me, IRL, but whatever. And the reason that sucks so bad is, A, most importantly for what I like to do is story stuff. He is the most important NPC for the story because he's connected to the main villain. So the whole tidbit at the end, gone. But also, he dropped a key that would then give me access to another NPC that I need dead for a ring, for another trophy, and like, I love the Souls games enough to where I'm getting every platinum, eventually. So I'm like, that's actually really important for me. But also, the weapon I wanted to use to just be all thematic and everything beating the game, so I'm doing it myself with the Moonlight Greatsword. So that's 2 things missed out on because the game just despawned him. I saved him every point of the journey. There was no other point for him to die, and the game just goes, you know what? Nah. Then, that blue dragon. I went to go kill it after I had already killed a lot. That way I could fix World Tendency to get some more of the ceramic coins I was telling you about. Gone. He just despawned after I had killed King Allant, and I can't level up because that's open because I killed all the archdemons, which is stupid. Like, at least like give me the dialogue option that I can still do stuff. Like, what if I want to keep playing your game? So, yeah, I lost over 50k souls trying to do fractured mode stuff in Black World Tendency with Black Phantom NPCs going crazy because they're all broken. It has not been a fun time. I'm going to reevaluate and get as much head knowledge as I can to absolutely obliterate this game on New Game Plus. But first I have to actually beat the game to get to New Game Plus, so I'm doing it thematically my way, which involves me using the Moonlight Greatsword instead of I think it was the Soul Brand. Or maybe it was the Demon Brand, I don't know the difference. But Thomas, you're my best friend. You're part of how I was able to get through this. So Thomas, thank you.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings, don't you worry. If only I knew how to fight.
Don't worry, I'll fight for the both of us.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
That little piece of dialogue is so important to actually keeping me going. I'm not even kidding. This game, I think it's worse than Dark Souls 2. I'll reevaluate that after I've had a bit to reflect on it. But I think it's because this game is rough, unpolished, and in a lot of ways unfinished. But I respect it for what it did, because without this, there wouldn't be Dark Souls 1, which is my favorite game of all time. So, I have mixed feelings. I think as a game, honestly, it's kind of bad. I kind of agree with the Sony CEO or president or whoever it was that whenever this game was in original version, whenever the game was in like tech demo mode, he was like, "This game's terrible." I kind of agree with him. This needed a lot more polish and to remove some of the experiments that didn't work, like the world tendency and stuff like that. But I'm really glad I played this because it's nice to see where Dark Souls 1 came from. And I played this game as a kid, the original version, and I hated it, and I hate it now. But I love Dark Souls 1 with all of my heart. That game, you struggle with purpose. It's not struggle for the sake of struggle like Dark Souls 2 and this one. That's why these two, in my opinion, are the worst Souls games. Every other Souls game, you struggle, but the struggle isn't for the sake of the struggle itself. It's for what comes after. It's like the feeling of, wow, I did it. And they were trying to get that in this, which is why I respect it, and I will still defend this game as much as it has aggravated me. It is great as much as I hate it. But that's enough of me rambling. Let's finish this.
Hark, I hear a voice of yore. The old one calls for thee.
Let's kill it.
Let us proceed below to its lair.
I killed enough great ones. I can kill an old one too. Me in the nursing home. I do respect so much of this game, but it's just like the ending notes that have really killed it for me, so I do expect to like it more when I come back to it later on. But I really just need a break from this game. You reality-eating piece of crap. You might look cool, but I do not forgive you. You're the reason I had to go through all this mess. There was cool dialogue from Sage Freak and Saint Urbane. There's more flavor text, but yeah. By giving Demon Souls, name of the game, to Sage Freak, I accidentally turned him insane, so I'm very sad about that, because he was one of my favorite NPCs, but now he's evil. He wants me to kill the maiden.
Old one,
That way this thing doesn't
I
go
have
to sleep.
granted thy wish. A new demon. Come now, be good.
That makes it sound like she's going to betray me, but I doubt she will. Does that mean I technically am a demon now, after all this crap? I'm not gonna lie though, this area, with how beautiful it is, this is breathtaking. Wait, is that... No. If I do this, and it lets me... I don't know if I could talk to her and level up yet, so I don't have full reason to be annoyed. That's still annoying, though.
Hello again. I'm keeping it close.
Do you have any new dialogue?
You how to fight.
No, alright.
You have a heart.
Everyone's going to have the same flavor text. Alright, thank you. That's cool, though. I wish I knew that before. I don't know if I have a reason to be mad yet, though. Bro, that looks like Dark Souls 3 out there. You really did devour everything. Oh my gosh. Dude, is that Anna Orlando over there? You know what? I was talking about ending on a bad note. This is actually... I'm so glad this is beautiful after everything I went through to get here. This is going to be the slowest finale on this ending part because I'm like, with how much I have suffered just to get to this point, I'm taking it in. This does make me feel like I'm playing Dark Souls 2 again, though, with just how rough it is, and then there's little moments like this where I'm like, I can go a little farther. Man. Is this like... No, it blocks me in. Okay, I was about to say, is this like, I can actually like explore? That'd be cool. Alright, I'll get to the maiden. Stop wasting everyone's time. Once I get back to her, though, I'm gonna go back to going slow. Man, that's beautiful, but horrifying.
Let us proceed below to its lair. Let us proceed below.
Yep, can't level up. Alright. Makes it slightly less frustrating about being able to teleport back to the Nexus. Man, this game's so beautiful. I just wish it didn't feel like dragging my balls through glass when I play it. This is one of the most gorgeous games.
You have been chosen by the Old One.
Shut up, Alon.
Will you seek the everlasting demon souls? Or has the monumental blinded you? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here.
You don't have the right to talk to me after you had a body double. You couldn't even fight me yourself, and that body double decided to jank out, oh, I'm going to hit you. Oh, actually not. Actually, I am, but I'm going to do a different attack from what this windup is for. Oh, all the animation canceling, and the fact that you stole a level from me, which I'm still ticked about, and I couldn't get it back because then I couldn't level up anymore. Oh, I hate you, Alant.
Surely you have seen for yourself the pain and suffering that fills this world.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, you ugly freak.
And so created the Old One, a poison to poison. The Old One will feed upon our souls and put an end to this tragedy.
The only tragedy here is you. Oh no, you hit me. Like I care. I've taken a beating from so much crap, I don't even care if you hit me. Just die, you little slug. What? That didn't even make sense. There we go. That's what I thought I was using before. Alright. I like that he does enough damage where if you're just playing like an idiot like I am in blind rage, it's still... You still have to keep an eye out.
No one wishes to go on.
You're right, I don't. That's why I'm finishing this.
Thy work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the old one back to slumber.
At least let me get the sword first, because I'm tired of all the BS here. Because I didn't know right there. Okay, thank God. I don't even have the stats for it. That's funny. Alright. 12 magic, 14 dexterity. Okay, at least I know what to work for in the next playthrough. Blade that can cut the very soul, held for generations by the Boletarian royal family. Paired with his counterpart, excuse me, Demon Brand to form Northern Regalia. That's the weapon, by the way, that I was going to give for that trophy from Ostrava. But since his coronation, the sword has never left King Galant's side. The closer the soul of the wielder is to a demon, the more powerful this blade becomes. No wonder it was chosen by old King Galant. You corrupted old man. Just because you gave up on life doesn't mean you have to screw it up for the rest of us.
My thanks. At last. At last. The end is in sight.
Thank you, Maiden. I'm glad I didn't have to go through this game alone with how tough this was. I do like the philosophy of the story, though. Because as rough as all of this was, it's like the harshness of life. And let's be real, living life is a struggle. But you can always struggle a little bit more.
One, along with the maiden, was swept back into the lulling fog.
I'll just save my spiel for the credits.
Altaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge of the soul arts.
Good.
The souls lost during the pandemonium were never retrieved. And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together. A brave new hero of unprecedented power.
Since I said in canon this character is the same one that goes into Dark Souls, I will say my overall canon for this is my guy did do this, but then patches came along the next time it woke up and killed the maiden to help Sage Freak learn, and that's how we ended up getting souls like in Dark Souls. Oh man, that music. I'm not gonna lie, I can almost cry. 'Cause this is the game that haunted me my whole life, and technically I'm not done with it yet because all the extras and everything, and I'm also going to go back and play through it the PS3 version, the original. It's not really over until that, and I'll play Sekiro before that. But that's probably gonna be my own personal project stuff. But I like the idea of this struggle is so emphasized here. And it doesn't work great as a game, in my opinion, emphasizing the struggle as much, which is why I think toning it back to be more like Dark Souls 1 and fine-tuning a lot of things, I think that's part of what makes Dark Souls 1 a masterpiece. And I can't say Demon Souls is a masterpiece. I just send your courageous presence and reflect commitment overcame so many challenges to break us Demon Souls. Now its fans and followers span the globe, and we only wish you could have seen how far we've come. Thank you for everything. Takeshi Kaji. I don't know if that's one of the guys at Blue Point or if he's a guy that worked on the original Demon Souls, but I like that. Okay, this is a Blue Point guy. Dang. That's tough. Wait, Japan Studio. That's part of the people that made Bloodborne, other than obviously From Software. That's cool. I mean, they are both Souls games. I don't know if that means they worked on the original or just the PS5 remake. Wait. Is that artwork of the original Vanguard Demon? I can't tell. It'll probably be easier to tell with these designs as they get farther in. So this might just be concept art even. No, that looks like PS5 remake, yeah. It's easier to tell with Phalanx. With that shield. But what I was saying about the struggle is I like that the main character is struggling through all this nonsense, all the way up until the end. And you confront the true King Alon, and he's just this old man that's given up, and he's like, just let the world in, I'm tired of living. But like I said, whenever I was actually fighting him, I'm like, just because you gave up on the world doesn't mean you have to ruin it for the rest of us. And I think that's one thing that makes him a villain and not just a sympathetic, depressed guy. Because, like, you can have depressed characters that you, like, root for whenever there's someone like that, but it's, like, just for themselves. But when you put them in the full-on villain thing where it's, like, they're still sympathetic, but, like, it's harder to respect them. It's like, I can empathize with villains without respecting them in terms of, like, their point of view, because, like, some villains are just straight up wrong, like King Alon. And part of it's the mentality of just don't give up. Just try one more time type deal. I'm glad that Dark Souls has given me the mentality to approach things like that. And I'm glad I'm now free to prepare for Night Rain's DLC. Speaking of which, I finally beat Margit in the tutorial that you can replay, and I got a special relic in that, so that was nice. That was pretty cool. And I'll also say I regret all the cursing and everything this game brought me to, because, like, for the most part, I've gotten a lot better about that while playing games, but this game, specifically at the end, it really brought it out of me, and I'm ashamed of that. That's something I try not to do with just that commitment to character in real life, and that's something I stumbled on, and it sucks. But it's also a moment to reflect and do better. In the words of Kratos, we must be better. Speaking of which, hot take real quick. I think on a technical level and everything the Game Awards are for, yeah, Elden Ring should have beat God of War Ragnarok in the Game Awards. I think they earned it more from the overall game design. But as a guy who just loves stories, I can't help but look at God of War Ragnarok and how well done that story was, and just be like, man, I personally liked it more than Elden Ring in a lot of ways because of that story. Although Elden Ring is a masterpiece. On a technical level, it might be the greatest game ever made, honestly. It is really high up there. It is such a well done game. It is overtuned though. That's my one big critique of it off the top of my head is Elden Ring is overtuned. I like how simplistic it was getting back to basics going to this though. And also I love how OP having a shield was for 90% of the game. That other 10% it says, yeah, your shield's useless. But it was a lot of fun. I do love this game. As much as I hate it, I love it too. I'm just so glad that it's over. The struggle has ended, at least in this case. It feels so good to be free. Sitting here thinking about it, I actually... my mind might change on this again, like my mind does change on a lot of things over time, but sitting here fresh in the moment, I am so glad this game exists because it brought about everything that came after. But it is the worst of the bunch. This is the tech demo, for lack of a better term. This is the proof of concept for everything that came after. We wouldn't have any of it without this, which is part of why I love this the way that I do. Not just how much I do, but the way that I do. But going back to that same point, I think everything that has built upon it has truly built upon it and proved to be better. I think that even applies to Dark Souls 2, with how rough that game was. I might change my mind on that when I come back to this. Or even just like after I've taken a break from it. Because most of this game I enjoyed more than Dark Souls 2, but where this game felt, everything about the game design structure just kind of crumbled into an unappealing mess. So I don't know, it's a mixed bag. I do have to sit and chew on it for a bit before I have my true opinions. Oh, we're playing Maiden Astrea's theme? Bruh. After this struggle, you're gonna give me a more intense emotional struggle too? That's crazy. I will say, knowing as much as I do about the original, having not played it all the way through, I do think the original is better in a lot of ways as a piece of art, which is part of why I'm still committed to going back and playing that one day. I might upload that one, I don't know. But, like this song, for example, it's better in the original. I like this version of it still, though. Like, see, this is like a battle. It's still a battle. It's more action-based, but it's still sad. It makes you question, am I the bad guy here? And that's why I think in both versions of the soundtrack, this song is the best song in the game. And Garl Vinland is one of my favorite NPCs, by the way. I love Garl Vinland. He's another type of mirror to the character in a way. Because he has Maiden Astrea while you have the Maiden in Black, and you're both fighting for the goals depending on the way you're playing the game and what your character arc for the character you're playing as, the way you want that to go. I mean, you could just kill your Maiden, but that's kind of messed up. Which is why I won't be doing that till New Game Plus. And one thing I will say this game has that no other Souls game has is... Well, it's not that they don't have it, it's just this one is the most of it. With this game, it's the most raw. It's like, if you boil down what makes a Souls game, if you boil it down to its most core bits, that's what this game is. For better and worse. I think the part of going back to the original I look forward to the most, though, I think the part of that I do hardcore really want to experience about the original is Prison of Hope. And the close second would be the Maiden Estrella boss fight, which I'm so glad there's no trophy that I'm going to be hunting in the original, because, like, once I get the platinum of this, I'm like, I platinum Demon Souls. That means whenever I'm playing it on PS3, I'm foregoing all notions of trophies. I'm in it for the experience. Maybe I'll have a better time then, because I'm going to use the knowledge I gained from this one and make the best character I can and just go hardcore on the vibes. I'm not looking forward to the Man-Eaters, though. I still think that is FromSoft's worst boss, aside from Libra, Everdark Libra, from Night Rain. Made it in Black Demon Soul. Oh yeah.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
I love how simple her dialogue is, but with how much potency she says it.
This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria.
Man, Miyazaki started early with those feet
Thou
shots.
canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 Archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
Already did. It feels so good to be free. Just taking in the music for a second. That is such a cool looking sword. I wonder if the king that I get the demon brant from, I wonder if he was kind of like our player character before, the last time the old one woke up. Since he has both of these weapons. Well, he did anyway. Past tense. But guys, that is Demon Souls. No. You're kidding me. World 10 C carries... This game really just doesn't know when to quit. It loves to kick you when you're down. That's gonna make this new game plus cycle very interesting. Hold up. I can work with this. So that means I can get the 2 Black Phantoms out of the way at the very start. I like that. I can work with that. But anyway, I guess it is time to say goodbye. I just got a flashback to the old days of watching Ruby. Oh, it's cool that the main menu changes. Oh, I have the gallery now. No, we'll go through this. A little bit, at least. Allies interrupt. Why can't I... What? What? I'll be back. Well, King Doran, that's his name. All I had to do was look at him for a second. Alright. That top left design is pretty rad, not gonna lie. I'm still sad that I can't get the guy on the bottom left, his armor, considering he fell. That was so funny. Yeah, I'm gonna painstakingly make Demon Souls work for me till I get everything I want out of it. When I come back to it. And then I'll be free from self-imposed time limits of trying to get stuff done. Because my next video after this one should be my Souls retrospective, going through the whole series aside from Sekiro. Man. They really did put their heart and soul in this. Both OG and remake. Even if... excuse me. Even if remake did change some things that it probably shouldn't have. Dude, that penetrator design is dope. That might be one of the redesigns I actually like more about the remake. I don't know, I'll have to get back to it on the original and decide. That guy. Bro, these guys gave me hell. That was a fun fight, though. I think that's probably my favorite fight in the game was Tower Knight. Doing it for the trophy where I'm not allowed to go and take out the Archers, so I have to fight him with them shooting at me. Kind of like I did the one Reborn and Bloodborne. That was a lot of fun. He definitely looks the coolest, though. Dude, the Penetrator is so cool, aside from how meme-tastic his name is. I still don't like King Alon. If they fixed the jank in his fight and took away the level still, he'd probably be the best fight in the game. Just from a challenge and overcoming feeling to it. That's the sort of searching. Okay. I'll be back for that, dude. There's a certain elegance that Miyazaki puts in his character designs. And there's something about the maiden that helps you along your journey. Because, like, they're relatively soft characters, for lack of a better term. Or they're just very supporting of you. While you're this guy who goes out and kills gods and dragons. And they're just there to support you the whole time, and you can't do what you do without them. And it's like, there's a beautiful elegance to that, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's very evident in each one of his maiden designs. I think that's why people love the FromSoft maidens so much. I'm glad I did get the fluted armor during this playthrough, though. I would have used it more, but, like... Come on, Garl Vinland is... He's him. I wonder if they'll show some of the original work with some of these as, like, a comparison. That is a sick shot. That is a beautiful piece of art. That kind of reminds me of the art in some of the newer Legacy of Kain stuff, where they started to like remaster and re-release stuff. How they've come up with the new concept arts and stuff. Or I think it's new. Might be old, but it's just, well, new to me at least. I don't know, but like they got some beautiful art, and that's what that reminded me of. Something like that top left one. I think the overall sound design just has a certain crunch to it in the remake too that I absolutely love about basically every level of the game, but two highlights are Tower Knight and Storm King. They sounded phenomenal. I do think that the vibe was better though probably in Demon Souls from the little bit I do know of comparing and contrasting the two. The PS3's Demon Souls, I probably should have said that. So I think it'll be better ambience in that one, but I think the overall like sound crunch, for lack of a better term, is better in this. Bro, I hated that swamp. That's easily Miyazaki's worst swamp. Easily. Like, it's not as bad going through it the first time, but going back to it over and over to try and get specific things with world tendency crap, that place was actual hell. I like that they have some of the prologue stuff on there. I might start taking the screenshots of some of these and use them as wallpapers. So these are beautiful. See, like, that is a sick shot. Is that a blood moon? Dude, that's insane. That works for Latria. It really does. I know my buddy tried to scare me with the skeletons in World 4, but, like, because the way they interact with shields and my playstyle, I like to go slow and steady type deal, which works really good with a shield, so I'm really good at using a shield most of the time, aside from parries. I thought they were fine. I'm glad they toned them back in later tiles, though, because if they were like that all the time, I would have screamed and cried like a baby. Wait, these are redos? Okay. Wait, are these the... I can't tell if these are... Never mind, these are definitely the remake versions. They kind of look like PS3 versions for a second from those first couple. Sage Freak, I wish you didn't go crazy at the end. Yuria! Without you, we wouldn't have gotten any of the witch characters, which I have a fondness for. Y'all have always been homies. Rydell. I got his magic stick, which apparently he got from a maiden in the sky. Which is interesting lore, thinking about the Nexus and everything. So apparently there's another maiden or something along those lines. I'm very interested in that lore, but there's just not enough information to really go that far. You suck. You also suck, but only in your Black Phantom variant. Ugh, that is some cursed patches right there. Bro, he looks so cool. He was pretty chill. Never met you because I didn't do evil stuff. You're a homie. You suck. You just seem like, honestly, you just seemed like Joel Osteen. Oh yes, I serve the Lord. Now give me your money. That's what you seem like. I don't know if his character's supposed to be like that, but that's the vibe I got from him. I didn't really like him. Dude has aura. Like, see, they all have a little bit of aura, but like it's like bursting off of him. It felt so good to have 2 grudge matches with you. I'm so glad I was able to get my revenge. That felt great. That was probably the highlight of the game, honestly. Phalanx, I'm so sad I never even made it to you as a kid, but at the same time, I don't really second guess it either. It's weird that King Alon's next, but okay. Also, the dragon, that's cool. Oh, Armor Spider. Adjudicator. These are in a weird order. Dirty Colossus, I had to remember the name. Flame Lurker, yeah. I hate you so much. I think most of the gimmick bosses in Demon Souls worked. I think they were actually varied enough to make you have to like think and engage with the fight, but once you get it, you're like, oh, this is cool. I get this. I kind of miss that, but at the same time, I like having the action-focused bosses when they are well designed. That's the shot right there. That is the one. Oh, it's just a little... Okay, it's the levels. Alright. Okay. Oh, we have the actual cutscenes. Oh, I didn't get that one because I didn't get the bad ending. Okay. I'm assuming that's what this is. This might just be the credits, honestly. Oh, it is. Well, guys, that was Demon Souls. Y'all have heard me rant long enough. I'll let y'all guys go, but I appreciate all y'all who watched. But yeah, I'm really excited about my next video. It's supposed to be like a year-end video, but it might be start of next year instead, depending on how long it takes to get done. Cause I want to do it right, and it'll be my last video for a while. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Well, I guess if I'm going to end on my last Souls game thing before that big project, might as well go out how we started, just going, be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.